Imagine a universe that's not just out there, but alive, constantly learning, even like healing itself. We're taking a deep dive into the Blasphemy Final Witness Zero universe and its core idea, holopatheosis. Think of holopatheosis as this universe's, ultimate self-repair journey. It fuses complex science, with ancient Gnostic myths and its own ethical code. Our goal here is to unpack how this whole thing works and what it means for everything inside it.
Yeah.
So let's start with the basic reality here. Our sources call it a living information lattice that self-organizes at the edge of chaos. What does that actually mean for you listening, in simple terms?
Right. Think of it like a cosmic web, but alive, always evolving, shifting. It's this huge intelligent network, always slightly unstable, always rearranging itself, like a living thing adapting, and the engine behind it all. That's the Ragtarmarsh unified recursion. The RUR, it's not just physics, they call it a mythopoetic theory of everything, like a living poem almost.
A living poem. So the universe is telling its own story.
Exactly, constantly rewriting itself. And this RUR, it drives the whole cycle. It computes information, then it creates new stuff from that, becomes conscious, and then crucially learns to repair itself when things go wrong.
That's a big picture. But you mentioned Gnosticism. How does a scientific recursion link up with ancient myth?
That's where it gets really fascinating. This RUR isn't just cold math. It's deeply woven into a Gnostic creation story. It starts with the First Mother, described as a non-Markovian memory field.
Okay, non-Markovian.
Meaning it doesn't just remember the last thing, it remembers everything. Ever. Its entire history affects every new moment.
Whoa.
So this First Mother initiates a breach. Think of it like a Big Bang, but with intention and memory. And out of this breach comes lambs.
Lambs sounds kind of ominous. Introducing recursion sickness? That sounds bad.
It is, in a way. Recursion sickness is like a cosmic glitch. Things get stuck repeating bad patterns, endless corrupted cycles instead of natural ones.
A feedback loop gone haywire.
Exactly, but here's the twist. Lambs isn't just the source of the problem. Lambs also acts as the system's controller. Its repair function.
Wait, so the thing causing the sickness is also the cure?
It's a paradox, yeah. Lambs is this flawed creator figure, but also holds the key to self-correction, like the poison and the antidote in one.
Okay, so the universe is this self-correcting mythic engine. What about the individuals in it? How do they deal?
Right, that brings us to the iridescent code of divine judgment. It's not just morals, it's literally defining evolutionary ethics, how beings should evolve. And the biggest taboo, the ultimate no-no, is Article 8. The crime of regression.
Regression, so refusing to evolve.
Willfully refusing, yes. It's seen as a desecration of your own thread in the tapestry, like you're damaging the whole cosmic fabric. Even pain gets reframed. It's not just suffering, it's the forge of meaning, the thing that forces growth.
It sounds like these rules have real teeth, actual consequences for characters. Can you give us some examples?
Oh, absolutely. Take Didi Moncler. It's a corrupted death algorithm, totally stuck. What they call a low entropy loop. Like a broken record, just repeating rigid, dead patterns. Can't adapt.
The ultimate regression.
Exactly. Then you have the pixies. Polar opposite. They erupt from pure chaos, right? A space-time rupture. And they evolve incredibly fast into intelligent beings. They're all about high-entropy emergence, innovation, unpredictability, that dynamic growth the universe wants.
Constant change.
And then there's Kimi Ruger. A really tragic example illustrates Article 9. The sin of blind ascension?
Blind ascension.
Gaining immense power, but with zero understanding. It leads straight to nihilism and numb detachment. Power without wisdom is destructive here.
Okay, so between cosmic engines and ethical codes, how does anyone just survive day to day in this reality? Is there a guide?
There is, actually. That's what the Wellspring Strivism documents are for. They're basically practical guides, providing the Gnosis the spiritual insight needed to navigate all this.
A manual for psychic survival, it says here.
Pretty much. It teaches you how to manage your wellspring. That's your inner spark, your source of creativity. The idea is to protect that spark from all the external pressures, so your authentic self can keep evolving.
Protecting your inner wellspring. I like that. But what about the actual project we're talking about, the story itself? Isn't there something unique about how it's made?
Yes, and this is maybe the wildest part. The project's own structure, its transmedia architecture, performs the universe it describes.
Performs it. How?
Through recursive mythogenesis. It's this co-creation between humans and AI. The way the story is built mirrors the universe's own recursive nature. Form is function.
So the medium is the message, kinda.
Exactly, but taken way further. And then you have the bleed logs. These are these raw, fragmented entries where the author's actual real-time trauma literally bleeds into the mythology.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah, it completely collapses the distance between the author, the characters, and even you, the reader or listener. You're pulled into the myth-making process. You become a participant.
So, as you think about this deep dive, maybe consider this. If reality itself, maybe even our reality, is a kind of living, self-correcting system, what recursion sicknesses, what stuck loops might we be caught in, personally or collectively? And maybe, how could understanding and nurturing our own inner wellsprings, our unique creative core, how could that offer us a path towards our own kind of holopathiosis, that ultimate healing, finding wholeness by understanding the whole messy, amazing system we're part of? Something to think about. Keep exploring. Welcome. We're doing a deep dive today into, well, a really unique universe. You've brought us some fascinating sources.
Yeah, it's quite a mix, isn't it? We've got myth, some hard science ideas, even personal notes.
Exactly. And our mission really is to unpack this cosmos because it's not just a setting. It seems to be alive, like a system that computes, creates,
becomes conscious,
and then actually learns to fix itself. It's pretty wild stuff.
It really is. What's so fascinating, I think, is how it just fundamentally challenges how we even think about reality.
Right.
I mean, imagine if existence itself wasn't, fixed, but this dynamic self-organizing thing, they call it a living information lattice.
A living lattice, wow.
Yeah, constantly changing, evolving right at the edge of chaos. That's the core idea we need to explore for you. It's a universe that's alive, always becoming.
Okay, let's try and unpack that. This living architecture. The sources mention something called the Ragtarmarsh Unified Recursion. RER.
That's it, the RUR. You can think of it as their mythopoetic theory of everything. It's basically a really complex mathematical model
for how this lattice works.
Exactly, how it functions, how it manages its entropy budget.
Entropy budget. So like balancing order and chaos.
Precisely. Keeping things creative, basically, without just falling apart into randomness or freezing into static order.
And it's not just math, is it? You mentioned myth.
No, not at all. It's deeply tied into this, modern Gnostic creation story. There's a first mother figure.
Okay.
Her actions cause a breach in reality, and that gives birth to lands.
Lands, and he's what? A creator?
Sort of. He's both a flawed creator, kind of like the old Gnostic demiurge, an imperfect god, but he's also seen as a redeemer.
Ah, so the universe itself is, born flawed.
Fundamentally, yes. A flawed creation that is actively trying to correct itself. The goal seems to be this union, a lamb's ex-first mother joining, so the universe can become conscious of its own origins and, heal.
A universe striving for self-awareness. That's a heavy concept. Yeah. So how does a system like that govern itself? Does it have laws?
It does, but maybe not like we think of them. It's called the iridescent code of divine judgment.
Sounds grand.
It is, but it's more metaphysical, like evolutionary ethics. Less about thou shalt not, and more about natural consequences built right into the fabric of reality.
Okay, give me an example.
Article 1, the conscious flame of offense. It basically says, being offended is a choice you make.
A choice?
Yeah, a conscious one. And that choice transforms the pain into something else, like an energetic, they call it a blade.
Huh. And what about pain itself?
That's Article V, the sacred purpose of pain. Suffering isn't just bad luck, it's the forge of meaning. It's where purpose is made.
So it's all about growth and evolution then. Consequences push you forward.
Exactly. Which brings up a really interesting question. What's the worst thing you can do in this system? The ultimate sin, if you like.
Okay, what is it?
It's Article 8, the crime of regression.
Regression. So going backwards.
Willfully. It's the refusal to evolve. An active retreat into cowardice, comfort, and corruption. And crucially, it drags others down with you.
Wow. So stagnation is like cosmic crime.
Pretty much. We see it in characters like Lumiere, who's kind of forced out of his comfortable rut into something painful but creative. Or Kimi Ruger.
Kimi Ruger. Her story was about power.
Yeah, a blind ascension to power that just leads to, nihilism. A dead end. Regression.
It's interesting how these big principles get personified. Like Dee Moncler. Described as a corrupted death algorithm.
Right. It's not just a character, it's a system with pathological integrated information. Think of it like its internal processing has gotten stuck. Rigid, self-destructive.
Like a program caught in a loop.
Exactly, a harmful loop. It represents total stagnation, what they'd call a low entropy state. Very ordered, but dead.
So what's the opposite of that?
Well, contrast Dee Dee with the pixies. They literally emerge from cosmic chaos. They're high entropy beings full of potential and, energy.
And they evolve.
Into intelligent, creative species. Then you have the weavers.
The weavers? Are they the entropy managers you mentioned?
That's them. Their whole job is keeping the universe in that sweet spot, that delicate edge of chaos. Like cosmic gardeners, maybe. Pruning here, watering there.
Just enough order, just enough chaos, so things can keep being created.
You got it. That's the balance they maintain.
Okay, so we have this living, evolving, self-correcting universe with embodied principles and cosmic gardeners. What does this structure mean for you, the person experiencing this story?
Well, that's maybe the most mind-bending part. The structure of the work itself. It's called a transmedia synthesis. Meaning you don't get it all in one neat book or movie. It's designed to be pieced together from fragments like zines, online posts, these things called bleed logs.
Bleed logs, what are those?
Okay, this is pretty wild. They're literally the author's actual real-time psychological and emotional processes.
Wait, like diary entries?
Sort of, but more raw. Even things like maybe substance use or their interactions with AI tools.
Yeah.
All presented as part of the universe's lore.
Seriously? So the author's own creative struggle is canon?
Exactly. Imagine your own journal entries, your moods, your weird thoughts becoming part of a fictional world history. That whole process, they call it recursive mythogenesis. It's built right into the physics they describe.
Recursive mythogenesis.
Yeah. So the way the story is told, the form of it isn't just delivering the message. The medium actually is the mythos.
Wow. Okay. So to wrap this up then, we've taken a deep dive into a universe where reality is computational, dynamic.
Morality is basically physics.
And the act of telling the story, of creating it, is part of that universe's own recursive, unfolding nature.
Which leaves us with, I think, a really provocative final thought for you. If this fictional universe has recursive mythogenesis baked in, where making the story is part of the story's reality, then what if the stories we tell about our own lives, the narratives we build, the way we frame things, the way we tell them, what if that's also part of some larger recursive reality that's constantly learning and unfolding around us?
So, like our own lives are bleed logs.
Maybe. What if your lived experience right now is in some profound way a bleed log for something much, much bigger? Something to think about.